Hey guys, Joe Smith here. Just sitting out, having a couple drinks on the truck tailgate here, enjoying the cool weather. Just some thoughts here. Kind of social, economical, political, I guess you can kind of call them. More or less what's keeping America from being great again. Everyone keeps saying the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Well, is that really true? Yes, the rich are actually getting richer. And the top 1% are getting richer than the 2 through 10%, or at a faster rate. At the same time, the poor aren't exactly getting poorer, or at least as a whole. Maybe the bottom 1% have been priced out of the workforce because of higher minimum wage and are living on the streets now, are getting poorer, but overall, from the bottom 2% to 90% are all getting richer too. Just not as fast a rate. But why is that? Let's take a look. Because everyone thinks it's because rich people get rich by making poor people poor. The less money you give someone else and the more money you got for yourself. Well, I guess if you work hourly wage job, then yeah, the lower or less that the owner pays you, then the more they make. But what if you work a piece rate job or a commission job? Then the owner only makes money if you make money. The more money you make, then the more money the owner makes. But here's the problem. Poor people aren't willing to work piece rate jobs or commission jobs. They're taught by their parents growing up to, you need to get an hourly wage. And look at what kind of jobs these rich people are working. Oh yeah, the richest ones own companies, or CEOs run companies. But they got to that position because they either spent a lot of time and money starting that company, or they went to several years of college at probably Harvard or Yale or Princeton or somewhere expensive. You get these higher degrees, you get hired on at these CEO positions. It's like doctors, lawyers, well, they had to go through several additional years of college and post-college specialty classes and training and testing and bar exam and licensing and all that. People that sell houses, realtors, have additional classes, testing and licensing. People that sell insurance, additional licensing. Electricians, plumbers, HVAC, other contractors, home builders, additional licensing and maybe classes and other training or testing. Mechanics anymore are ASE certified, so there's you mechanics out there. You're making more money than you would at McDonald's being a mechanic probably, but what does it cost, or what you gotta do to be ASE certified? Is there classes, is there testing, you go to technical school, or you just mail a check and an application in or something? these other jobs that like all these companies around here that are vendors for Walmart and that they got people making good money working at them, and even people in the Walmart offices are making really good money, but they all got BA or MBA degrees. All these job postings, Joel Smith sees online, it requires BA or MBA degree, and usually 3 or anywhere from 3 to 10 years experience they're requesting on these higher paid jobs too. For a lot of these office or business jobs that pay more than $50,000 a year, you gotta have like Six Sigma Lean certification, where the hell that is. Like, they talk about green belts and black belts. Joel Smith asked the guy, and said, no, it's nothing to do with karate or that. It's just some classes that cost like $10,000 that you take and get this extra certification, saying that you understand these business principles or something that someone made up. So, rich people are working jobs where they either had to take college or technical school or additional classes or training or licensing or certification or testing or something, or they invested time in which they work for free, or they invested their own money out of pocket to start these businesses. Whereas the poor people got stuck in their mind that I've done my 12 years elementary and junior high and high school, so someone's supposed to give me a job and a wage now. Well, that's where bottom level Walmart jobs come in, McDonald's and Amazon warehouse. If you just want a job and a wage, well, there's companies out there for you. Go flip burgers. McDonald's. Joel Smith just read an article yesterday talking about how fast food industry, to cope with the high turnover over the past several years, has made everything almost idiot proof, so someone can walk in with no training and figure out how to do everything, make a cheeseburger. McDonald's has it where you either have your fresh, never frozen quarter pounder patties, or you got your regular frozen patties, and you got this cooker or a few different cookers lined up by each other so you can cook more than one at a time. You just put the patty in the cooker, put the lid down, hit the button for the regular patty or hit the other button for the quarter pounder patty, and they're programmed at preset temperatures and preset times depending on which one you hit for the different meat. And then when it dings, you lift it up and you put it on the bun, and you grab a pickle or two out of the container, or a piece of onion or lettuce out of the other containers, and then you hit a button on the ketchup dispenser that dispenses a preset amount of ketchup with each push of the button, and same with mustard, mayonnaise, or whatever the ingredients call for that particular sandwich. And they got a list of step-by-step instructions posted up there. Basically, at McDonald's corporate office, their R&D facilities, they have actual monkeys there that they test the stuff on. They figure if they can teach a monkey how to make a cheeseburger using this system, then they should be able to teach an 18-year-old how to do it. So anyone with half a monkey brain can go in and work at McDonald's with no degree or education. And if we're supposed to, or they're supposed to get paid, we're supposed to pay them, or they're supposed to get paid $15 an hour, minimum wage should do that, to do what a monkey can do. And what are some of these other jobs worth? What is a mechanic job or technician job where you're doing a lot more than just swapping parts, where you're like 410 or Justin Dow, and you're actually diagnosing this stuff and figuring out what's wrong and what parts to swap out. Yeah, anyone can go to the auto parts store and grab a part, and if it don't work, go down the list of the next possibility and go and get another part and put that on, try that. But might almost be cheaper to take it to like Justin Dow or 410 or something than just swap out parts all day long, try and figure out what's wrong. It's like, if an unskilled monkey at McDonald's is worth $15 an hour, then how much should these guys get paid at their jobs then? Are they getting paid fairly compared to what these unskilled people are doing? Yeah. How many McDonald's employee would it take to do what Justin Dow does in a day? Would it take 4 McDonald's employees to do what Justin Dow does in a day? And then Joe Smith thinks that Justin Dow should be worth $60 an hour. That's 15 times 4, so if they're worth 15 an hour each, and it takes 4 of them an hour to do what Justin Dow does an hour, then Justin Dow should get paid $60 an hour. Or any other mechanic or person in any other job, construction or dentist or doctor or nurse or teacher or anything. Joe Smith's not trying to pick on Justin Dow or not trying to call him out or anything. Joe Smith just thinks Justin Dow is a super cool, super nice guy. So just using Justin Dow as an example here. But if Justin Dow is only getting $30 an hour where he works, and it's going to take 4 other $15 an hour people to replace him, well, then that's not really fair to Justin Dow. Justin Dow is being undervalued. Either that or the monkeys at McDonald's are overvalued. And not everyone at McDonald's is a monkey. Joe Smith stopped by and got a couple fresh beef quarter pounders tonight, and buy one get one free deal for the receipt survey. And there's a couple older ladies working there that are super nice and acted really smart and were working really hard. Probably a lot harder than some of these kids around here would work. So hats off to them ladies over at the Pea Ridge McDonald's tonight that were super nice to Joe Smith. Even gave Joe Smith a free apple pie because the person making the cheeseburgers hit the wrong button for the wrong cooking timer and had to recook them. Yes, you got 2 buttons and pushed the wrong one. It's like them YouTube videos where they have clips of accidents at work or something, or people screwing up at work, and say that, well, you had one job and then this happened, or this went wrong or something. They're kind of funny to watch. And also, some of these richer people, yeah, the ones that own businesses, they're not just making money off the work that they do, which the work they do is of a higher value, so they get paid more for that, but they're also getting commission off work their employees do, other people do. Or the ones that have stock investments, they're more or less getting commission off work that other employees do, other people's employees at other businesses are doing too. So they're getting what's called passive income, royalties, or residuals, or stock dividends, disbursements, whatever it's called, and stock profit and that. And everyone's like, well, what about Jeff Bezos? He's the richest man in the goddamn universe, and he's even richer than President Trump, and he's worth all these billions of dollars, and making all these billions every year. It's like, well, Jeff Bezos not exactly making billions and billions every year. I mean, maybe he is making a billion or something or two a year, but that's not exactly off Amazon sales, and Amazon is more than retail sales. They make the majority of their profit. They're more or less breaking even on the retail sales. They're only getting like 1 or 2% profit margin to compete against Walmart. But Amazon has a cloud service or data storage, web hosting, and that for businesses, which became real popular. Instead of businesses buying a preset monthly plan, a certain amount of storage and bandwidth, they can kind of pay for just what they actually use each month or that, to where they save a little bit money some months, but other months that they have a lot of website visitors and use more bandwidth, and they get billed a higher amount that month. And so that's where a lot of the Amazon profits come from, plus investments in other companies and businesses too. And as far as Jeff Bezos' pay, his paycheck from Amazon is, it was like either 72 or 82,000 a year. Joe Smith thinks it was like 72,000, 73,000 a year, something like that. It was less than half what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gets paid. So she's calling Jeff Bezos greedy and claiming he makes all this money, and well, she's actually getting paid more than double what he is each year. And everyone's like, well, but fake news said that Jeff Bezos was worth billions. Well, on paper, if you add up the value of the stock he owns, but that's on paper, that's like an uncashed check. You have to cash that check to actually have the money. The check says that, yes, you have that money, but you can't go to Walmart and pay for stuff with a check someone else wrote to you, or you have to cash it at the bank first and get the cash, and then you got the cash and go spend it. So the stock is kind of like an uncashed check. That's kind of best analogy Joe Smith can think of here. So Jeff Bezos has all this paper that says he has this money, but he has to sell it or cash it in to actually have that money. And the money, the value that increases each year is because the stock price goes up each year. So those papers are now the price guy says is worth a higher price. It's like baseball cards. Joe Smith, when he was a teenager, kind of trade and buy, sell baseball cards with some friends and neighbor kids and that. It's like, okay, the price guy says this baseball card is worth $5, but unless you can find someone to give you $5 for that baseball card, it's not exactly worth $5. If they're only willing to give you $2 for it, then who cares what the price guy says? It's only worth $2 to this person, and maybe $1 to someone else, and 3 other people that don't care about baseball cards. It's worth nothing to them. So you could have a collection of baseball cards, and every year the price guy could say that it's $5 cards, now worth $6, and now worth $7, now worth $8 this year, now next year it's worth $9, the following year the price guy says it's worth $10. But so you could say that your baseball card collection value is going up every year, but unless you can actually sell it for that price, it's not actually worth that price. And you can't just go to Walmart and hand them a stack of baseball cards to buy a new TV. You have to cash them out and then take the cash to go get the TV. So Jeff Bezos' stock is kind of like a baseball card collection, where every year his stock collection, the price guide, the stock market says that it's worth more, the prices are going up. But you gotta sell it for that, and unless you do sell it, you don't have the actual money. And then once he does sell it, then if it goes up more, then that's income that he doesn't make, or that he loses out on. So it took Joe Smith kind of a while to kind of understand this, and Joe Smith don't expect all you guys to really understand or even care, but in reality, Jeff Bezos doesn't have as much money as they claim unless he actually sells all these papers. And then once he sells all those papers, well, that's it. He's got the cash now, and if he spends it, well, then his value goes down. If he doesn't spend it, well, his value just stays the same. It doesn't increase unless you reinvest it or that. Or unless all of a sudden next year people are going to pay $30 for a $20 bill. Which we all know that's not happening. So Joe Smith's tired of everyone picking on Jeff Bezos. Like, goddamn, look at how many freaking people have jobs and how much money they're all making. Everyone's making at least $15 an hour, and a lot of people are making 6 figures working for Amazon. So all those people that have all that money now that didn't have any jobs or any money before because of Jeff Bezos, so Jeff Bezos should be considered a hero, not an evil villain like AOC and the demon rats make him out to be. Like, how much has AOC paid her employees, or how many employees she has, how many jobs has she created? Bernie, how many jobs has he created? How many employees does he have? How much is he paying his employees? If you think employees should be paid more, then pay your own more. If you don't have any to begin with, then stay out of the conversation. You're not qualified to be part of that conversation about what employees should be paid. And also another reason for the income gap is the rich people they're usually at work every day. Don't take any time off, or don't use sick days or vacation days, or often work overtime. Whereas poor people, they're always call in sick or always call in because they claim someone had a stroke or heart attack or died. I think we counted up one of our guys last year had about 38 family members that either had strokes or heart attacks or was in the hospital or a car accident or died or something over the course of 6 months. There wasn't a single week all year that he worked all week. We wanted to let him go, but couldn't find anyone to replace him. Couldn't find anyone that could show up at least as much as he was. Everyone else either was only would want to work a day or two a week, and then they had all these excuses. Oh, dog ran away. Someone broke into my ex-girlfriend's storage shed. So I gotta go there and be with her and wait for the police to come do a police report. It's like, no, you don't. Your ex-girlfriend's an adult, right? You're married now. You have a wife. Does your wife approve of you going hang out with your ex-girlfriend? Just because someone broke into her shed, as you claim? There's nothing but bullshit excuses from poor people. Or maybe they're not poor, maybe they're millionaires. Maybe they're all so freaking rich they can afford not to work. Because they certainly didn't act like they're poor. They didn't act like they're starving or hurting for money. Otherwise they would work more hours. Be here more days. Okay, had all the overtime they wanted on weekends too. Like, Mexicans are making $1,200 to $2,000 a week, and white guys under 30 are making from $100 to $300 a week at the same pay rate. So there, take that to figure out why the rich are getting richer and the poor are staying poor. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening here. Joe Smith's just kind of been sitting out here watching this spider make this big spider web, and don't know if you can see, but got some fog and that cloud's been rolling in up here in the mountains. Well, everyone hope you had a good weekend. Cheers. Joe Smith signing out.